Coming up on this month's edition of The Now, Naperville gets into the holiday spirit, an inside look into the College and Career Center, and your monthly sports update. Good morning, Huskies, and welcome to this month's edition of The Now. From your Advanced Media Lab, I'm Erica Brandt.
And I'm Drake McIntyre. The College and Career Center has helped guide many students through the daunting process of selecting a college. Jayla Butler has the story.
For seniors nationwide, the college application process can be daunting. From writing essays to filling out the Common App, there's a lot to keep track of. Now that the process is winding down, we took a look back and caught up with senior Emily Rapp to find out what exactly made the process so difficult.
College applications was not fun. It's very difficult because you have all of your schoolwork senior year and then you have all these college applications. So it's just like unnecessary added stress, and it's very, very stressful. You're just running around trying to write all these college essays and trying to keep up with your schoolwork to keep your GPA up. So it's super stressful.
At Naperville North, there's a lot to take advantage of, specifically our College and Career Center. We talked to Mr. Laporte to learn more about the process behind guiding students in the right direction.
I think my goal is to be a service, be a resource for students here, and whatever that may need, whether that's a student who doesn't know where to start, looking for life after high school, to students who maybe just kind of need some reassurance about the decisions that they're making or about the path that they are choosing to take. So for me, it's more of just being there for students as they need me, looking at life after high school.
We also caught up with North graduate Lynette Liu to see what advice she could give for students starting this process in the future.
I would say you should examine what you want to do, like actually what you like, not based on what your parents tell you to do. And you shouldn't freak out over applying to a lot of schools. If you apply to more than 10 schools, that's being extraneous because it's a lot of time and money. You should focus on just basically what you like.
For more information on college prep, students are encouraged to check out the College and Career Center located in the Learning Commons, which is open throughout the day. Students can also talk to Mrs. Novak, Mr. Laporte, or their counselor for more information. From the North Star, I'm Jayla Butler.
And now another story from the North Star.
Many know of and have seen North's intricate and professional productions, with shows like The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Frankenstein, and It's a Wonderful Life. North's theater program is off to a great start for this year's theater season. But not many know of what truly goes on behind the scenes. We meet with Tech Director Joshua Jansen, who tells us how much work the students contribute to North's elaborate programs.
Our students do it all. They do the sets, they do the lights, they do the sound. They coordinate all the different ends of people. Our stage managers are great multitaskers because they work with the crew and they work with the cast and the directors and the producers and make sure, most of all, that all of us are talking to each other and that somebody doesn't change something without the other one knowing about it and how those pieces all affect each other. And they're really good at figuring those kinds of things out.
Senior stage manager Liz Patton explains how much time and commitment is needed to get to the level of quality that is expected for these productions.
The actors and the techies and the costume crew usually work for about 3 or 4 weeks before the show. It's pretty much every day after school from 3:30 to 5:30. And in that time, you're building the set and you're learning your lines and you're making sure that everyone has measured costumes that are going to fit them and that fit the show and that fit the time period of the show. And painting goes into that, and a lot of blocking and figuring out who's going to interact with who during a scene. And there's a lot going on in those 3 to 4 weeks.
With all the time and work that goes into these shows, students have a chance to build a strong community and have an opportunity to come up with new ideas that can be used in the final production.
Our students create all of that. They do that. They create the culture. They build everything from the ground up. They're the ones who are like, no, we want to do it. We want to try this. And so that kind of pioneering spirit just really is what keeps us all going. It's very exciting for me to kind of set the crazy into motion.
The work for students in the theater department is nonstop. Currently, they are transitioning from It's a Wonderful Life into the freshman-sophomore play. This has been your behind-the-scenes scoop of North Productions. Drake and Erica, back to you.
Thanks, guys. We now go to Maddie Krebs with the monthly sports update.
Thanks, guys. What's up, Naperville North? Welcome back to your monthly sports update. In October, Naperville North introduced a new addition to our sports teams, boys and girls bowling. The teams brought in different types of bowlers varying in experience and involvement in different activities at North. Despite the bowlers' differences, the teams were able to come together under a common love of bowling. Jacob DeWard has the story.
Thanks, Maddie. In late October, Naperville North joined a long list of high schools by starting their own boys and girls bowling teams. I sat down with Coach Sanford to find out, how did these teams come to being?
This is new to both Naperville 203 high schools, having IHSA bowling teams for the boys and the girls. I was fortunate enough to get the job, and I'm loving it. It's a great opportunity for me to build into some guys in a new way and get to know some new Huskies.
After talking with Coach Sanford, I met with Adam Rodriguez to find out how he learned about the bowling team.
I found out that we were having a sport through like Mr. Cole and Mr. Sanford. From there, I used to bowl when I was younger, so it piqued my interest, and I just got into it. I asked around and got in the team.
Layla Zayed is a senior on the girls' bowling team. For her, the new team has given her a new approach to bowling.
It's very different because I'm focusing more on like my technique and the way I bowl, so I never really thought about the right form and everything like that, and that's kind of what I'm learning, and it's kind of an interesting skill to have.
As teams head into the second half of their season, I wanted to know more about what goals these new teams have for this year.
I told the boys on the bowling team that, you know, we probably won't be winning state this year, but that doesn't mean we can't have the more valuable thing that some of these other teams at Naperville North have, which is a community that encourages each other, builds each other up, and has fun while they grow in their skills.
The boys bowling team have their next match on December 18th, and the girls team have their next match on December 14th. This has been Jacob DeWard from The Now. Back to you.
Thanks, Jacob. Both teams have made a strong statement in their opening season as an IHSA sport, and it'll be exciting to see the team's successes in the future. The boys team plays next on Monday against Lake Park, and the girls take on Matea tomorrow. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Maddie. And that's all for this month's edition of The Now. Be sure to check out our website at nnhsnorthstar.com and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. From the North Star, this has been Erica Brandt.
And Drake McIntyre. Have a great day, Huskies, and we'll see you next semester.